Okay, class, what I'm going to do is model how to set up a database file, how to select your table, and how to set up your fields. This is just a model, so everyone's going to watch. If you have questions, hold your questions till the end, and then we'll go through it. I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to go over here on the right, and I'm going to go into a blank database. This is where I'm going to name my database file, just like you would name, excuse me, this one's going to be Home Inventory. Okay, this is again a sample. This is like when you named your workbook. The entire workbook file, this is like your entire database file. So then we're going to click Create. This is your object window, and within the object window you have all these different objects that we're going to work with. We're going to actually work with tables, queries, which remember we discussed are questions, things that you're trying to extract from your database, forms, and reports. We should know the icons already because remember we went through all the icons that you would encounter within a database. So we're going to create a table using the wizard. The next thing we do is the table wizard, we have to make some decisions. The next thing we're going to do is decide what we're going to use as our sample table. You can use several sample tables, switch it up if you want. If it doesn't have what you need in your fields, you can always rename your fields. So what we're going to do now, we're setting up our fields, and fields, if you can look at it like the column headings within your table. And we've already done a table in Word, so we understand what a table is. And we know what column headings are. So that's what we're kind of trying to do. We're trying to set up a sample table and then put in our fields, which you can look at as your column headings. And then under that, we'll fill in the information. So that's how you create a database. So let's see, what we're going to do is we're going to do, let's do personal, let's do home inventory. All right, within the home inventory, what do we need? I think we should start with probably the household inventory ID, which was actually going to be a number, and each one of your items will be numbered. It'll do it automatically. The next thing we need to do is maybe find the item name. So here we are. Look, there it is. You click here, you hit the arrow, and it pops over on the right. These will be your column headings. We also need the brand and the model. So let's see, do we have a brand? I don't know if brand exists in here, and that's fine if it doesn't. What we'll do is we'll actually click on item name, and let's put it over on the right, and let's rename that. Let's rename that brand. And then, there we go. So we've renamed that. The next thing we need is the model. So we do have a model, so let's click on model, and again, place it on the right. We also need the serial number. So if we don't have a serial number, oh, there it is, click to the right. I was going to use model number and just change the name again and rename it, but there it was. The next thing we need is the date that it's purchased. You know what, I think it might be a good idea to include some other things in there that maybe we didn't have. So we have the serial number is the last thing that we have. Date purchase and purchase price. So how about if we put the place purchase? That might be a good thing. And besides the place, we want to put the date next. There we go, date. And then the final thing that we want to add is the purchase price. There we go. So we have everything that we need. We used the sample table for household inventory. These are all the fields that we could incorporate into our table, but we didn't need all of them. Then we're going to click Finish. Well, here's our table. Our table has the household. You'll see it says household inventory ID. It's automatic, so if you hit the tab key, remember this is going to work exactly like a table does in Word. We're going to use the tab and the shift tab. The item name. Let's go ahead and key in an item name. Let's say something like dryer. I don't even know if I know the brands of dryers. Well, let's say GE. All right, the model. The model of the dryer is, let's just say Soft Touch. I'm making this up. You guys will actually gather your data and then be able to create your database. Serial number, I'm just going to put some numbers in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm not even sure how many numbers are in a serial number, but I know there's quite a bit. The place purchased, let's say Best Buy. You guys are going to have to do a little investigating when you do your home inventory. The date purchased would be, let's say, 06. You notice how when I put a 06, it put the slashes in. 12, and then 10 for 2010. And the purchase price, and you notice when I hit tab, it changed it. It changed it to 2010, so you'll see that right here. And then the purchase price, let's say 300. Okay, and tab. And you'll notice it put the dollar signs in and also the 2 decimal places. All right, so then you just continue to fill in your information. If you hit tab, it's going to give you your second number. It will automatically change it into number 2 as we're typing. All right, so now let's pretend like we filled in all 20 items or whatever, or 10 items, whatever we needed. When I hit the X to close, it automatically gave me, there's my table if I want to open it again, and if I double click on it, there's my table. All right, so there we are. Exit out here, close here, and let's see real quickly before I exit if we can go ahead and open it. Click here, remember this, open, hopefully there it is. Security warning, unsafe expressions are not blocked. Do you want to block? No, I don't want to block. Alright, opening. This file may not be safe. It contains a code that was intended to harm your computer. This file may not be safe if it contains a file. Do you want to open this file or cancel the operation? I'm just going to go ahead and open it. And there it is. Okay, and there we go. And then we can continue to fill in the data.